Exeter is the only town in Rhode Island that does not have its own police department.
Rhode Island State Police provides coverage for that area and is supposed to get paid for it. Now there are efforts to establish the town's own police force, but the idea has been met with some resistance.
Eyewitness News reporter Anita Buffoni is in Exeter and joins us now with the story new tonight.
The town of Exeter hasn't had its own police department in decades. Now a task force has been created to look into establishing a police department in town, but that's something not all residents are on board with. Town officials say Exeter's volunteer police department was dissolved in the late 60s. The Rhode Island State Police has been the only law enforcement agency providing coverage in Exeter ever since.
Although we do provide those services to the town, we do have a large interstate highway to be responsible for.
There aren't state troopers specifically assigned to Exeter. They respond from the Hope Valley Barracks in Richmond or Wickford Barracks when calls come in.
We do have limited resources, and our primary focus is going to be the interstate highway here down in Hope Valley.
Exeter Town Councilman Manny Andrews says in the past the town was billed roughly $300,000 per year for those state police services.
I don't think we've ever paid a penny.
Governor Gina Raimondo is looking to change that with an increase. Her budget proposal calls for Exeter to pay $440,000 annually for 1 corporal and 2 troopers. Raimondo's budget also has a provision that would withhold state aid to municipalities that owe the state money. However, a Department of Administration spokesperson says the state is not looking to recoup for past costs, only current costs moving forward.
I know that if I lived in another community and my tax dollars were going to fund police protection or police presence in another town, I'd have a problem with that.
Councilman Andrews is a retired Providence police officer. He moved to Exeter in 2014. Andrews says the lack of a police department is a giant void in the structure of the town. He is now leading an 8-member task force that is studying the feasibility of launching one again.
And we're looking at a force of approximately 8 to 12 officers, including superiors.
Andrews says just operational costs for a police department could have a price tag of more than $1 million per year, something Exeter residents are concerned with.
We don't need it. We have low crime. It's a quiet town. There's no problem. There's no issue. It's just going to be a big expense.
LaFave says Exeter leaders should focus on other challenges facing the town, like balancing the town budget. The task force plans on completing that feasibility study by this fall. Ultimately, Exeter voters will have the final say. In Exeter, I'm Anita Buffoni, Eyewitness News.